On the pole, the 68 plus 1 of Blaine Peterson, the 7L of Jesse Lindberg, the 35 of Mike Stegana, and the 7 of Shane Fick. The 4 cars set to go in heat race number 1 for the IMCA RaceSaver Sprints, brought to you by Kaiser Wheels. Nice and tight bundle through turns 3 and 4. Green flag is out and we go racing. Lindberg to the top side of the 7L, going to take the top spot ahead of Peterson, Fick, and Stegana. Your running order on the speedway. Lindberg in the 7L, slightly new look for that car this year. Shane Fick in the 7, trying to take a look at the inside of Peterson, but can't make it stick in the bottom of 1. Peterson with about a 2 to 4 car length advantage over Fick. Through turns 3 and 4, Fick dives hard into the corner, but again, it's Jesse Lindberg up front. Lindberg pulling away from the field, about a half straightaway advantage over Blaine Peterson, Shane Fick, and Mike Stegana. A lot of Sioux Falls love as 3 of the 4 cars from this heat race from the Sioux Falls area. And out front, it is the 7L, Sioux Falls proper home for Jesse Lindberg. Lindberg, your leader, almost full straightaway back to Peterson, Fick, and Stegana, the running order on the speedway. Jesse Lindberg cruising on a Friday night with 1 to go. Off of turn number 4, no bubbles, no trebles, your heat race winner, the 7L of Jesse Lindberg. Second goes to Blaine Peterson, Shane Fick third, and the 35 of Mike Stegana rounding out the field. Jesse Lindberg putting a hurting on heat race number 1. Shout out to Kenny Waz. What's up, buddy? Thanks for joining us. Combine starting on the pole. He had 3 feature wins here at Park Jefferson Speedway. So a couple very strong cars here in heat race number 2. Also curious to see how Clayton Christensen does in the IMCA RaceSaver Sprint. Seen Clayton a lot in his modified. A little bit different feel. Has 6 cars. Shout out to Steve Felix. 6-pack rolling around a speedway. As the combine and Nate Eakin going to bring the field to the green flag. Green's up, hammer down. Let's go racing. Dusty Ballinger jumps to the top spot. Colin Smith moves up into 4th very quickly through turns 1 and 2. Ballinger slows down the backstretch. Dusty Ballinger having trouble down the backstretch, still rolling around the speedway as the 4 machine, 45 of Nate Eakin holds on, but we will have caution. Caution for Dusty Ballinger as Dusty had pulled out front and just slowed, almost like he lost power down the backstretch. I'll claim stupidity because it's not hard. All right, so Caleb Johnson, your leader, will set the pace here in the 22 with Nate Eakin to the outside in the 45 in. Green flag waves once again in heat race number 2. Caleb Johnson works the bottom side of the speedway. He'll take that top spot. Nate Eakin, Colin Smith, Elliot Almdog, Clayton Christensen, your top 5. As Eakin to the top side of the speedway, trying to get a run on Johnson, but can't make it stick. Caleb Johnson committed to the bottom. Nate Eakin committed to the top. Cars seem to be about equal as Colin Smith now falling back from the top 2. Eakin with a big charge into turn 3. Cannot make it stick, though. Johnson still your leader. Eakin trying to find just a small glimpse of way to get around the Johnson machine. Eakin goes hard into the corner, but it seems like Johnson can get off the corner as just as good. As this time it's still Johnson, but Nate Eakin in the 45N is definitely picking up some real estate. Whatever he lost, picked up in 3 and 4, he lost in 1 and 2. Aiken definitely with the advantage on the north end of the speedway, but down in the south end, it's Caleb Johnson, but a big run off 4. New leader, the 45 and of Nate Aiken. But Johnson on the inside going to pull back around Aiken for the race lead down the backstretch. Aiken with a huge advantage in 3 and 4. Johnson with the advantage off 1 and 2. Johnson's going to slide up, slide job. We still got Johnson out front with 1 to go. Johnson a little bit higher line in 1 and 2. Aiken might have adjusted his line as well. He's going to lose about 2 car lengths down through 1 and 2 and down the backstretch. Aiken going to send it one more time. Off turn 4, Johnson up to black. Your heat race winner, Caleb Johnson. Nate Aiken second, Colin Smith third, Elliot Almdahl fourth, and Clayton Christensen rounding out the top 5. Great racing with the 45 in of Nate Aiken, and the 22 machine of Caleb Johnson, with Johnson able to pick up the heat race win, making the trip down from Sioux Falls. Congratulations to Caleb, picking up heat race number 2. As the lights go out here in heat race number 3 for the Kaiser Wheels IMCA RaceSaver Sprints. Shout out to Austin Lloyd, one of our former announcers out here at Park Jefferson Speedway. He's tuned in on Speed Shift TV, so what up, Austin? When the lights go out, green flag waves, here we go. Everybody trying to get to the front and get there in a hurry. The 70 of Ben Waxdahl trying to, a little too excited. I was trying to sell it. Everybody got a little excited. You know, first night out. Everybody wants to get where they need to get. So we're going to call that no-go on a start. We'll call that no-go on the start. We'll put the 8 machine of Jacob Hughes, scheduled to start 5th. Well, we'll just keep him there on the back row. A leisurely pace, shall we say, through turns 3 and 4, as Ben Waxdahl and JD Holmes going to bring the field to the green once again in heat race number 3. Green flag waves. We'll try it one more time. I think that looks a little bit better, as the 70 of Waxdahl takes the top spot. Holmes in the second. The 32 of Jamie Turnpin working the bottom side of the speedway. Off turn 4, Ben Waxdahl, your leader. Trevor Smith, the 33, holding down the 3rd spot. The 8 of Jacob Hughes with a good run off turn 2. He's going to pull up to the back of the Smith machine, trying to take over 3rd. Off turn 4, it's still Ben Waxdahl, your leader. Waxdahl, Smith, Holmes, the 8 machine of Jacob Hughes, and the 32 of Jamie Turpin, your top 5. The 87 of Chris Duffy pulled off there at turn 2. Looks like he's far enough off track. We'll stay green, get a couple push trucks over there to get him the rest of the way off the track. As your leader continues to be the 70 of Ben Waxdahl. Waxdahl leads, but Trevor Smith in the 33 trying to reel him in here in the closing laps of heat race number 3. But Smith is quickly running out of time as they off turn 4 this time. They'll see the white flag. 1 lap remains there in heat race number 3. Waxdahl leads over Smith. Battle for 3rd with the 8 machine of Jacob Hughes and the 43 of J.D. Holmes. Hughes on the bottom takes that 3rd spot. As the checkered flag waves, your heat race winner is the 70 of Ben Waxdahl. Trevor Smith 2nd. The 8 of Jacob Hughes 3rd. J.D. Holmes in the 4th spot. And the 32 machine of Jamie Turnpin rounding out the top 5. So heat race number 3 in the books for the Kaiser Wheels IMCA RaceSaver Sprints, with Ben Waxtall taking the win from the pole position here in heat race number 3. The rest of your starting lineup looks like this. Rolling off in the third spot, the 51A, Elliot Almdahl. Beside Elliot, the 70, Shane Fick. Mike Stegan and Caleb Johnson, row 3. Row 4 to the inside, Colin Smith. Trevor Smith to the outside. The 4SN of Nate Aiken. Blaine Peterson to the outside. As the green flag waves, we're going racing once again. Everybody getting a little bottled up here on the front stretch. That allows Jesse Lindberg to get by. 7-7 go 1-2. It's Lindberg and the 7 of Shane Fick, your top 2. Elliot Almdahl falls in line in third. Nate Aiken working down the bottom side of the speedway. The 4SN of Nate Aiken moving the bottom side of the speedway, getting some good bite. He moves up into the 4 spot. Aiken rolled off 9th, already up to 4th in just a lap and a half. But up front, it is the 7L of Jesse Lindberg. Oh, brother, you want to talk about a man on a mission. Jason Martin rolled off 15th, already up to 5th in the 5X. Jason Martin got that white 5X hooked up, coming to the front, up to 3rd. Jesse Lindberg, Shane Fick, your top 2. The 7L of Lindberg, the 7 of Fick, 2nd. But the man on the move, on a mission, Jason Martin in the 5X, up to 3rd. Mike Stegan having trouble on the front stretch. Off into the infield. He's going to stay on the gas. He's like, I'm doing this. We're going racing, boys. Jesse Lindberg beginning to encounter some lap traffic. Will lap traffic cause any trouble for the 7L of Lindberg? As Stegana and Chris Duffy both in front of your leaders. Jason Martin in the 5X. He's hooked up. He's hauling the mail. He's up to 2nd. Jason Martin on a mission trying to reel in Jesse Lindberg. As Lindberg still your leader, but Jason Martin picking him up, putting him down. Getting those tires a little bit lower than everybody else. I mean, Dusty Ballinger's moved up 7 or 8 spots, but we've got a battle for the lead as here comes Jason Martin, bottom side of the speedway, going to slide up in front of Lindberg. Lindberg going to try to cross over, but can't get there. New leader down the backstretch. He started 15th. He's your new leader, the 5X of Jason Martin. It took him halfway, but he's your leader in the 5X. Jason Martin out front, Jesse Lindberg 2nd, Shane Fick, Caleb Johnson, and Nate Aiken, your top 5. Leader still trying to get around Mike Stegana back in the pack, and does. Jason Martin coming up from Lincoln, putting on a clinic in the Kaiser Wheels IMCA RaceSaver Sprints. Running through traffic like nobody's business. Jesse Lindberg is falling back lap by lap as Jason Martin just blowing through traffic like they're not even there. Duffy having some trouble on the backstretch. Your leader about to put him down on the lap down. Clayton Christensen goes a lap down. Jason Martin is impressive. Jesse Lindberg having some trouble with lap traffic. That's allowed Shane Fick to reel him in. Shane Fick off into turn 3, going to take a peek to the inside of Jesse Lindberg in a battle for second. As your leader down the front stretch, mired in heavy lap traffic. The battle for second wages on. Shane Fick takes second. Here comes Caleb Johnson to join the battle as well. Fick, Lindberg, Johnson, all nose and tail behind the lap machine of Mike Stegena. Caution on the speedway. Caution in turn 3 and 4. Your defending track champion, Colin Smith, comes to a stop in 3 and 4. In of Nate Aiken. Again, 6 laps are scored complete, or excuse me, six laps remain. 12 laps scored complete as the green flag waves and we go racing once again. A lot of wheel spin from some cars mid-pack. Allow some guys to take advantage, but up front, look out, one sideways in turn 4. Elliott Almdahl goes around, stays on the gas, but we're going to stay clean and green as Elliott pulls back on track. Martin, Lindberg, Fick, Johnson, and Aiken, you're still your top 5. Elliott Almdahl slows down the backstretch. Caution for the 51A of Elliott Almdahl.
35, got it.
Green flag's out, here we go. Jason Martin once again getting a big jump on the start. Opening up a couple car lengths over to Lindberg right away. Shane Fick third. Johnson, Aiken, your top 5. As Jason Martin continues to dominate the opening night feature for the South Dakota Sprint Car Nationals presented by Pepsi. Whatever Jason Martin found, he's going to have a lot of folks that want to come talk to him after this race. Started 15th and just dominating the feature event. Field getting stretched out now. Dusty Balancer taking a peek to the inside in the battle for the 6th spot with the Hughes machine. But this time by 2 to go for Jason Martin. Already a full straightaway advantage over Lindberg, Fick, Johnson, Aiken as the white flag waves, 1 to go. Field stretched out around the speedway. Look out, one going around. Colin Smith goes around again in 3 and 4. Everybody has to check up. Caution on the speedway. Caution for the 05 of Colin Smith. Lights are out. Looks like we're going to turn them loose this time. Green flag is out. Here we go once again. Jesse Lindberg had a little trouble getting up to speed. That's going to allow Shane Fick to the inside, trying to complete the pass. Lindberg and Fick, the 7's going to battle it out for that runner-up spot. Look out, Jesse Lindberg goes around in turns 3 and 4. Caution for the 7 out left, Jesse Lindberg. Hard break for Jesse Lindberg, was in the runner-up spot. Did not get up to speed on the restart, looped it around in 3 and 4. Waves. It's Jason Martin, Shane Fick, Caleb Johnson, Nate Aiken, Hughes, Ballinger, Peterson, your top 7. Green flag, let's try it again. Jason Martin continues to get a great start, pulls away from Fick, Johnson, Aiken, and Hughes. Through turns 3 and 4, the big bed sheet's out, 1 to go. One more time around Park Jefferson Speedway. Jason Martin, Shane Fick, Caleb Johnson, your top 3. But off turn 4, he started 15th. He charged through the field. Your feature winner, the 5X of Jason Martin. Second to Shane Fick, Caleb Johnson, Nate Aiken, and the 8 machine of Jacob Hughes rounds out the top 5. Kaiser Wheels IMCA RaceSaver Sprint main event in the books. It's like he's taking a victory lap just to make sure. So we will get Jason Martin in the 5X around here to the front stretch. I'm going to have to show some love for this man as he put on a whale of a show, coming all the way back from 15th to the lead in just half the feature event. Just 9 short laps past 15 cars here on night number 1 of the South Dakota Sprint Car Nationals presented by Pepsi. There he goes, your feature winner with a great run. Driver of the 5X, Jason Martin.